Okay, so to remind you, today is day 2 of our Plan, Shop, and Prep workshop, and I'm super excited. I have a baby girl who's grunting with some colic, so if you hear that in the background, it is what it is. But anyway, we are talking about shopping today. So yesterday we planned out our meals. You have your plan together based on the emails that I've sent you guys. With all the templates, you should have your plan together. You know what you're going to eat on what days based on your meal plan, whether it's plan A, B, or C. And then now you have this pretty template. I'll show you mine. So now you have this pretty planning system. I put this on the refrigerator so we know what we're having when. No one has to ask me. You just go ahead and you look on the refrigerator and now you know what you're eating, or if you have a pretty binder and you're super organized, good for you. But then from this list, you also make your grocery list. So you should have done all of that yesterday, and now you have your grocery list and you're ready to shop. So today I'm talking with you about shopping and just some shopping tips that I'd love for you to know, because I think most of us who are busy working moms are also on a budget. We don't want to overspend on things that we don't need to, and some of us aren't world-class chefs, which is why I also love the meal plans that I follow, because they're super simple to follow. Hey, Tina. And they are really easy to make. We even have no-bake ones where there are simple things where we use deli meats. And then I have a hack where I use a lot of the fajita meats that come in the packages to quickly heat up some steak or chicken. And that's easy to meal prep and go on about your business. So you don't have to be a master chef to be able to plan, shop, or prep your meals and set yourself up for success. But in the shopping world, that can sometimes be really overwhelming for people. What do I need to be eating, and is what I'm picking up really healthy for me or not? So if you struggle with that, or you struggle with maintaining a budget in shopping, that's what we're kind of talking about today. So if you're with me yesterday, you now have your plan in place and you have your grocery list together. So now you're going to the store. I sent you guys a document in your welcome email that shares with you all the apps where you can get coupons and savings. You want to look at your local grocery store where you tend to shop. So for us, that's Super One or Walmart, but Super One for a lot of our produce and everything. And see if they're having any specials or deals, and you can switch things up. So if I put in strawberries as the fruit, but they're running specials on pears or blueberries, by all means, switch it up. It's not a big deal. But knowing where you can save. And the apps just make life a lot simpler. You can go in and find out if there are coupons for your local grocery stores. And like I said, I sent that to you guys. So just clue in and see what apps you like, which ones are user-friendly for you, and who doesn't love to save money. A lot of times on proteins, like your chicken and your meats or your tofus or things like that, they will have bundled deals during the week. So again, you can switch that up as long as you're having the protein where I've assigned for you to have that for the week. If you have discount stores or in your local area, a lot of people, like when we go to Florida, we use what's called Publix. Around here, we do Super One and Walmart, but I prefer my produce from Super One. And they are always running deals on produce and proteins and all of the, I call them the outer rim of the grocery store. So making sure that you're following your grocery list. So outside of your home goods, like your paper towels and toilet paper and toothpaste and all that stuff, your actual food items should only be those from your meal plan. And making sure you're drinking your shake before you go to the store, that you're not going shopping hungry, because then you're more Sorry, she's grunting. Then you're more likely to pick up things you don't need or try to graze while you're shopping, and none of that's helping you stay on track. So making sure you're not going to the store super hungry, that you've eaten a good meal before, or you're having your, we have a dense nutrition shake that I drink before going to make sure that I'm good and full and I'm not shopping on an empty stomach. When I have my grocery list, I'm much more likely to stick to it. When I have a plan, I feel like I leave within budget as well. So if you've ever been grocery shopping and you don't have a list, you either A, leave with things you don't need, or B, come home with not all of the things that you need. So, or both, really, to be honest. You know, you come home with the Twinkies and the Ding Dongs and you forget all about the olive oil and the chicken that you needed to make dinner for the night. So you're back at the grocery store spending more money. So having your grocery list, following your meal plan is really going to help you stay within budget as well. And then looking at your newspapers or your quarterlies that you get about your grocery stores and checking in on those apps that I sent you can really help you stay in that budget that you need. Let's see, making sure as far as labels go, like I told you, sticking to that perimeter of the grocery store is your sweet spot in terms of health. But there are some things in the inner aisles that you can substitute, like tuna fish and things like that. That's where you're also going to find some of your carbs, your quinoa, and your brown rice and your oats that you need for your breakfast. So you'll need your quinoa for your porridge this week, and you'll need the rolled oats for your overnight oats. So those will be in your inner aisles, and that's not a big deal. But where you're going to find your fruits. You can also sub frozen vegetables and fruits to save money as well. We love the steam fresh ones because they're super simple and quick in a pinch. And our kids really like those as well. It's really easy for them. The green beans and the carrots are a big winner in our household. So doing anything that you can do to make your life easier as a mom, it doesn't have to be complicated. But I gave you your list that you need with the plan. So for this week, following that, if you have any restrictions or things before you go shopping, let's talk about what you're going to change up or what you need to do differently, so you can go ahead and have your list together and you're going into the store with a plan so you can leave within budget. Reading labels, do your research. Labels with fewer ingredients that you can read and know what they're telling you are better. So just because the label says organic or healthy, those tag words, doesn't always mean it's better for you. And especially a lot of people are on this protein kick. Too much of a good thing is not a good thing. So just because it says contains more protein doesn't mean you should bulk buy all of that, because if you're having too much protein, your body's actually going to store that as fat. So educate yourself, trying apps like, it's called Fujicate, which is really cool, and Shopwell. Those will help you look at different labels and tell you, are you making a healthy choice or not, and knowing exactly what foods are healthy for you. So being mindful of that. I clearly love apps. They make my life easier. I don't claim to know everything or be the expert in all of things, but I am determined to be successful. So I do go out and find things that do work. So the apps for you to look at labels are Fujicate and Shopwell. Again, I've sent you some of that information as well in your welcome packet. So being sure you're looking at that. But shopping doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be time consuming. When you go in with a plan, if you go shopping on a full stomach, you're likely to be more successful. So another thing for you busy people, if you're a busy mom like me and you have 3 kids and you have a new baby who you're trying to avoid getting the flu or any of those fun illnesses going around like RSV, you don't want to step anywhere into the grocery store or the Walmart or Super One with this precious baby. If you're just busy, maybe you're a teacher and your hours are crazy, do yourself a solid and do grocery pickup. Some places even do delivery, which is really cool. But I've done pickup a few times and I've really enjoyed it. Sometimes they will substitute, but they ask you if what they're going to sub is okay, and you can either deny the substitution or take it with you. So if you don't have the time, or you have 3 kids under 3 like I do, and dragging them through the grocery store would be a nightmare, do yourself a favor. If you're busy and you're working and you don't have the time, try the grocery pickup. It also, if you're someone who falls victim to the temptation and you know, like, you have a huge sweet tooth this week and going into the grocery store, you know you're not going to make the right choices, then make the right choice and do grocery store pickup. In our area, we have the local Walmart and the Super One where you can go online and order everything that you need. Why did it? Hello? Hello? No. Hey. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. I must have lost the connection. So for those of you who are cluing in, I had gone live on my shopping and we were just talking about some shopping tips, but my feed cut out. So I can only venture to guess that I lost some connection, having some technical difficulties today. So anyway, as I was saying, we were talking about going shopping, and we were talking about making your life simpler, and either helping yourself out because you're overwhelmed, you have too many responsibilities, you have kids that you don't want to take grocery shopping with you, or you have a hard time resisting temptation, that actually grocery store pickup would be a good idea for you. So some things that we discussed were having your plan and your grocery list that I sent you guys will set you up for success. So when you plan out your meals and you make your grocery list along with all of your other personal household items, you go in, you're kind of laser focused, and you can get the things that you need. And you resist hodgepodging things together, forgetting things, and overspending your budget. So having a plan keeps you on track on budget. Then we talked about how to save some things by using coupons and using apps with coupons, as well as using apps to read food labels. And I've sent you all that in your welcome email. But Fujicate and Shopwell are some great apps for you to use to be able to understand food labels. So sorry for the feed cutting out. That was just a recap of things that we've already talked about. I appreciate those of you that have rejoined me. And welcome baby Ellen, because she was grunting. But just being sure, the point of this workshop is to make life simpler for you, that being able to eat healthy doesn't have to be complicated, that learning how to meal plan and to shop and prep that isn't supposed to be complicated, and it can work for you in your busy life and your chaotic life of, like me, mom of 3 under 3. It is possible. And I have sent you guys the welcome email and sent you guys all the forms that you need to do that. I've also, any of the apps that I've talked about, I sent that into the welcome email for you as well. So if you haven't read through that, be sure to look at the document I sent you and use those apps that work for you. I like the ones with saving and making sure that you're looking at your grocery store. So once you have your plan, we get every day in the mail some kind of flyer about what produce and proteins are going to be on sale, and you can adjust your menu based on that. It's really simple and easy, not complicated. And like I said, using grocery store pickup to save yourself some trouble. Anybody have any questions about shopping for today? Again, I apologize for the feed cutting out. I don't know what happened. All right, so if you're checking into this later and you have any questions, definitely DM me, send me a private message, and I'll be sure to answer any of your shopping questions. If you went through and you made your meal plan or you looked at the meal plan that I sent you, and there are things that you are allergic to or have aversions to, and you want to substitute, and you need help doing that, reach out to me so that you can go to the store, set up for success to shop. And staying in budget. So looking at your grocery store and what deals they have going on. I get that in the mail every day. So it's really easy to know what kind of deals they have going on ahead of time. For us, that's Super One. I just pick up the piece of paper, look, are any of the meats or things that I have on stock. And you can always freeze some of that for later use. So if they have some really good deals going on and you know you're going to be making things in the future, you can stock up and freeze for later use. Tomorrow we will be tackling prepping and making that a lot easier for you guys. It is some work, but it doesn't have to be overly complicated. So I'll be showing you the prep stuff that I did for the week and talking you through how to prep. Again, reaching out to me, make sure that you're tagging me in your posts and in your stories when you've gone through and you've done the planning and you've done the shopping and you've done the prepping. Tag me so I can cheer you on and show you some love through through all of that, because I know it can be overwhelming sometimes. It can be complicated, and it's nice just to have somebody on your side like cheering you through it. But if you do have any specific questions for me to tailor or to adjust your plan, reach out to me. Again, you can do that through DM or email. But shopping can be super easy because now you have your plan and now you have apps that can make that even more affordable. You can understand how to shop at the grocery store and make that simpler for yourself. And most of the things that we've talked about that I've shared with you in your plan are in those outer rims. And the common misconception with shopping healthy is that it's more expensive. And it's just so not true. I actually went by a sub sandwich the other day that cost, the whole meal cost me like $10.53 or something. I can use that same money and buy a rotisserie chicken and use the things that I have in my pantry and in my fridge and make meals for my family for 3 days. So I'm not buying that eating healthy is more expensive. You just have to do it in a smart way. And I've armed you guys through your welcome email with some strategies to make that simpler. And going into the store not hungry is also going to help you from hodgepodge buying and overspending, and going in with your plan will help you buy the essentials and what you need for the week and not, again, overspend. So staying on track and on budget isn't about being unhealthy, but finding the deals on the healthy stuff so you can be successful. I hope you guys have a great day and reach out to me if you need anything.